It's June here in Szpakowo, and this month we'll be fertilizing our northern cornfield. But as it's already grown a bit, we'll need to find a tractor with narrow wheels. Later on, we'll tackle the biggest grass mowing and baling contract I personally have ever seen. This episode in Farming in Szpakowo. You can find a link to this series in the description or in the comments below, and of course, check out the channel page for other farming series you might like. Well, we're down here right now to sell some milk. Here we are in June on Szpakowo. I came down here to sell some milk from our cows. Everything's doing fine back at the farm. We're doing some stuff this month, and I'll show you as we're going along. First, and the reason I hopped out of the tractor, you guys know that I spend a good deal of time here in Szpakowo finding collectibles, and I mentioned it here and there, found some. I've searched pretty much everywhere. Well, I just came down here, and I've said before that they're sneaky on this map. Oh, they are sneaky. I just saw this and I waited till I was making the episode to show this to y'all. I must have walked past this guy 100 times. Yeah, he's holding one in his hand. That is how sneaky they are with these things. So, there we go. There's one more of those left, and I doubt I'll ever find it. I've been all over this place. So, well, there's 10 grand from that. That's very cool. Yeah, they make them hard to find here. So, first, we're going to sell some milk. Hop in our new Fendt. If you were here for our last episode, that was the May episode. Then you saw that. We went to the dealership, picked this up. Oh, and funny story about that. I was going to say something else about that, but funny story about that. Literally later in May, like as in a few days after we bought this, not one of these, but a Fendt Vario 1100, MT was discounted here amongst these items. And yeah, so it's the 1100. This is the 900. So it had actually like 100 more horsepower, and it was for cheaper. I took a screenshot of it. I'll show you. Yeah, like remember that happened with the harvester when I bought that Kloss harvester. When was it? Last year or whenever. And then literally later that month, the one we have now went on sale, and so I traded in the one we had and got that one. Same thing happened with the Fendt, except I'm keeping this. I like the 900 better because it's smaller and more compact. I did sell the milk. Yeah, I was talking and I didn't even notice. Well, we got money. I assume it's probably about 15 grand. That's usually what it is for a trailer of milk. All right, so let's get back to the farm. Yeah, so some interesting stuff, and I was going to say something else. I spaced now. But so that happened. Yeah, again, we bought this tractor. We got this used. To be fair, this is in better condition than that 1100. This only has like one season's worth of work on it. But yeah, we paid $195,000 for this. Well, I guess you saw in the screenshot I posted there. I had a screenshot that that 1100 was 178 thousand. It's okay. That stuff happens from time to time. So for right now, we're gonna head back to the farm with this. Today on the schedule, we're gonna be fertilizing one of our cornfields. Of course, we're gonna need a narrow-wheeled tractor for that. Just like when we did the other cornfield of ours last month, I think it was. We had to rent one because we don't currently have a tractor with narrow wheels. It's no big deal. Last month, I'm trying to think what else. I finished planting that contract. It was a contract for soybeans. I finished planting that. And after that, I said I was going to sell that seeder. I did. So I sold both our seeder and our planter. The planter just kind of irked me off a little bit because it was annoying in a lot of ways. The seeder, I wasn't a big fan of it either. I was tired of using it. So after I finished that contract, I sold that. It's okay. So yeah, this month we're going to fertilize our last cornfield. And I'm just looking at my list of things to do. Oh, we have a contract. Yeah, I said that we might do some contract work because it is summer in Szpakowo, and that means lots of baling contracts. Look at this map. It never ceases to amaze me. It's just like nothing but baling contracts. That's why, as I always say, when I find something that's not baling, I do it. Well, so I got us a baling contract, a big baling contract. In fact, the reason I took it was because it is the biggest one I've ever seen. I think on any map anywhere, literally, because you don't usually see grass fields this big, but this is Szpakowo. There are big grass fields. So we have a grass field contract, a baling contract, which is, let's see, I'm going this way. Let me cut through this driveway here. This driveway will take us to the back road that we can take back down to our farm. The grass field The contract is for silage on a grass field, and it is 6.6 hectares, I think that's the biggest baling contract. Okay, no, that's not true, because I've seen baling contracts. Well, actually, yeah, it might be. In a previous series, we were on Big Flats, Texas. That was a big map with very large fields. There were fields there that were 50, 60 hectares. Yeah, but yeah, there was a 50 and a 60 hectare field. Yeah, I think there was, but the grass fields weren't that big. No. So yeah, I think this is the biggest grass contract I've ever seen. And our grass is growing back. Oh yeah, so last episode, if you saw that back in May. Oh, and that's what I was going to say earlier. If you missed any previous episodes and you'd like to catch up on the series, there's a link to the playlist. I'll have one for you here. There'll be one down below as well. And if you enjoy watching the series and like the content of the videos and such like that, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe and follow along. It really, really helps the channel, especially as we're just about getting close to 1,000 subscribers. And that's really important. If I can get to 1,000 subscribers, it really would help the channel out like immensely, and all the work that I put into it. So I really appreciate that. The grass that was there in the field, I finished putting that here in the silo. It's been fermenting. How is it? Oh, it's fermented. All right, so we can work some on this maybe. I finished that at the end of last month. And if you recall, we mowed this, and then, so if you weren't here last episode, funny thing, we mowed this, and then I said, hey, the grass is just literally going from right here to that bunker silo right there. Is it really worth the trouble of baling it? So I got the wheel loader, which is parked somewhere over yonder. I got the wheel loader, and I just, with a 3,500 liter bucket, and just scooped the grass over there. Yeah, it was fun because I got to work with construction equipment, and yeah, actually it worked great. I shoveled the rest of the field over there, and that's all finished in the silo now. So let's get our milk trailer put back away here. Yeah, everything's good here. I've got some of the manure loaded up from the cattle. Been taking care of them. I fed them another batch of TMR last month. I made some more of that and got them fed. All right, so what should we do first? Well, I think we should leave the contract until kind of like the end, because that contract is massive and it's going to take a while. That said, nothing says we can't get a piece of equipment down there, because that's the thing with baling contracts. It takes several trips of equipment to get everything down there, right? So I'll go ahead and show you where I was talking about. And we are going to haul down our windrower. Well, I love this tractor. It can maneuver in these tight spaces. It's nice to be able to whip this thing around, which comes in very handy down by our silo, if you've seen how that is, how cramped that is. And as far as I'm aware, there's still no trampled corn down there. I worked around it all for the remainder of last month. No issues. It's pretty tight, but I've managed to stay off of the crops. And there is some more corn I might want to sell. Yeah, there's some more corn we can sell, and this would be a better month to sell it than last month. Last month we sold some corn. So while I'm down at the silo, I might get some corn to sell. This is corn, sells really well basically 2 months out of the year, usually like June and December. Well, here we are in June, and if we're going to sell some corn, this would be a decent time to do it. I think those are the 2 times you generally want to. We can check on that. So the field we're going to is down this way. Or maybe it's June and January. I forget, but there's like twice a year that's corn has a good enough price that it's worth selling. I want to see this 6.5 hectare field. I saw where it was at on the map to make sure, because when I saw the contract, I was thinking, wow, 6 hectares and change. That's 3 times larger than the biggest baling contract we've done here yet. But I figure, hey, we've got bigger equipment, we can handle it. We're going to leave. Yeah, you know what? That's what we're going to do. It'll save us, I want to make as few trips down here as possible. We'll leave the Vario down here because, we're going to use it down here. So we may, I say we pull another piece of equipment down with a different tractor. We'll catch a ride back and pull another piece down with a different tractor. That way, less trips back and forth. I think this is it here. No, it's down further. That's the bale sell point. It's down here a ways. don't come down here much. But there's a lot of, yeah, there's a lot of territory out here. I just want to see. I think this might be it here. I'll pull over here and have a look so we're not holding up traffic too much. I think this might be it here. Well, I looked at it on the map. This looks like the shape of the field. Oh, yep, this is it. This is the contract. And let's have a look at it. Yeah, I mean, it's big. It goes back there a ways. But when I saw it, you know, it's got one advantage. It's really long. So we'll be able to do lots of long, easy runs. You know, well, not easy, but you know what I mean. Lots of long, straight runs, which, yeah, should actually cut down on some of the time. As far as our equipment, we're going to have to find a creative place to park it. I think for now we can park our windrower here. We're just going to leave this right here. Let's go ahead and see about getting some of that corn from the silo. Oh, yeah, you know, I kind of wanted the Vario for this. Yeah, well, we're going to take this. Because, you see, we got that corn planted so closely around the silo, and that's my fault. I thought it would look cool planted there, and I'm sure it will when it gets big and tall. But the downside to that is it doesn't leave much room to maneuver around the silo. And that is where that Fendt Vario comes in so handy. Oh, yeah, check this out. You like this? This is from when I mowed the grass here. And, yeah, the windrower kicked some of the grass out here. And, well, this is not our... Yeah, we don't own this, so I can't scoop it up. It happens. Yeah, the Fendt is perfect for maneuvering in the area around the silo. Because it can sit out there between the silo and the corn and literally spin circles like I did last episode. We got enough room with this. We're taking this because if we recall, yeah, again, last month, took our new semi-trailer there, and it's too hard to fit the semi-trailer, and that's not even the clearance on the corn. That's the clearance on the entryway. It's too tough. The semi-trailer will come in handy, but we're just going to sell some corn. We can take this right here. This used to be our tipper trailer until we got the semi-trailer. So yeah, I got to be a little careful and watch where we drive, but I mean, the upside is it'll look beautiful when the corn is all tall. You know, later this fall when the corn is like 8 feet high, this will be really cool out here. Now, the best way to do this, there's more room to get in the silo on this side, and there's another thing too. Let's back this up here. There's something else we can do. We can drop this off. That's just going to free up a lot more room for maneuvering. Wow, the tractor looks so naked without it. I've never seen the tractor without the loader, not since we bought it brand new, yeah. Alright, this will let us get in here pretty easily. Let's grab us some corn to sell. Alright, this will fill this up. We're just going to take this down... we're just going to take this down to the place down by the shop. The prices here are generally pretty universal all around. Oh yeah, actually this tractor can handle this area pretty good. Okay, I wasn't too crazy when I made this. There's plenty of room to get around. It just, you know, it was kind of hard with a semi, but look, we got plenty of room to move around in here. Yeah, it's just kind of hard with the semi is all, but you come down here with a tractor, and heck, yeah, the Fendt can sit out there and literally spin donuts. There's plenty of room, and this will be beautiful. Yeah, we'll just use this guy. Oh, you know what? We should probably get our front loader back, because I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to get somewhere else. We're going to get to where we're going, and then I'm going to be wishing that I had the loader. I was just making sure I didn't hit that corn back there. I kind of... Whoops. There we go. Let's get our loader back. Yeah, or else I'll end up somewhere wishing that I had it. Usually, you know, if you need some extra clearance maneuvering, you can just raise it up. Yeah, but we were going inside the silo, and yeah. All right, let's get this hook back up. Let's get this corn down there, sell it. And yeah, while we're down there by the shop selling this corn, we'll have a look at a narrow-wheeled tractor. I really don't want to spend the money to buy one. I say we lease one for, you know, short term, just rent it like we did when we fertilized the other field. I think that's the best idea. Now, the last time we rented a tractor, if you guys were here for that, we rented one of these Zator Majors up here, the little tiny one. And yeah, if you saw that, it was too sketchy. It was too lightweight for the fertilizer spreader. So we've got some extra money. We can afford it. We're going to rent us a bigger tractor. It's a shame. I know. Why don't I have a tractor with narrow tires? I mean, well, let's see how much this corn sells for. I mean, it's not out of the question to buy a tractor. We're really set, though. Between the Zator, the Fendt, and the Big Bud, we are really set for tractors, except, yeah, the obvious. None of the tractors we have can take narrow tires. It's something I didn't look into when I bought this tractor. Look at this. Why is it not... Oh, I know why. There we go. That should be the issue there. There we go. Yes, I still don't want to go buying a tractor when, you know, if the only thing we need is just the tires, let's rent this one. I'll see what they have up here at the shop. And we'll get that, get working on that fertilizing of the cornfield. Man, it's gorgeous out here, isn't it? Yeah, April was really, really rainy, but it was nice last month, and yeah, the rain's off of the forecast, and it's a gorgeous summer day out here. Crazy. This is the what, like third summer here? Yeah, I think this is our third summer here. All right, I hate to make the same mistake I made before, but let's park this here. But I'll leave the tractor attached to it. If you recall, I left that one thing sitting here, and it sat here for like ever until well, that was a different situation, though. All right, let's have a look. This tractor right here, that was just too lightweight. This tractor, I think this tractor weighs about close to 8 tons, I think. Yeah, it says 7.4 tons. So we want to find something that weighs at least as much as this, just so that we're not losing our front end when we go around turns carrying that fertilizer spreader. All right, I leased us it cost $4,000, so that's but almost twice as much as that little one cost. This'll do just fine right here. This will do just fine to haul our fertilizer for us. Yeah, I don't like spending $4,000 willy-nilly like that, but hey, we just made some money, so hey, it's better than buying one, right? Let's get down here and let's grab our fertilizer, and we'll get out to our northern cornfield. And actually, I just had a thought before we grab the fertilizer spreader. It should be parked in that in the bays over there with the vehicles. Before we grab that, it couldn't hurt to have an extra weight on the front of this vehicle. Yeah, it couldn't hurt to have some extra weight. You know, I could have leased the front loader with it. Yeah, but let's see what we can find here. Let's see if there's anything we can attach to the front of this vehicle. Ah, right there. Right here. Hey, every little bit, right? Every little bit helps. That'll, I don't know how much that weighs, but... weighs a few hundred kilograms. You know, as much as a weight would. It looks like it weighs about 600 kilograms. Yeah, that's exactly how much a weight would be that I would put on this tractor, so we're good. We'll run this. Just want to keep that front end down. Now, see, going down these narrow Central European roads, really narrow roads, all it takes is one bump. You know, when you're carrying like a 1.5, 2 ton fertilizer spreader on the back, all it takes is one bump. You can lose that front end and slide into someone's field. We don't want that. And let's make sure before we go, let's make sure that we've got fertilizer in this. Yeah, we're good. We got enough fertilizer. All right, yeah, this is nicely balanced, I think. Let's see, does it... no, front end looks good on this so far. It's not sliding around on me. All right, let's get this up to our northern field. I guess the fastest way is to take this road over here that we used to take all the time. when our farm used to be up there. All right, we've got our field up here. Now, it's just kind of like one area kind of that needs fertilizer. And it's a big area, but it's kind of one main place up here. And carefully drive through the corn. I think this right here should get it. Yeah, you can kind of see where we need it. Oh, actually, yeah, if I zoom out here, you can 100% see where we need to put the fertilizer down at. And then this field will be good to go for later this fall. Wow, we made this into quite the field. When we first moved here, this was a pretty small little field. But having expanded it twice, since we got it, it's a pretty decent sized field now. I mean, yeah, it ain't small. It's something. You know, over there we've already got, that's why that's not getting darker. We've already got that area over there. We just need to get this area in here. I may have to turn back around. If we don't get 100% coverage, I mean, it's no big deal. But this should pretty well get us. Make sure no one's coming. And all right, and I pulled forward, and well, I kind of hooked the plow on this fence. I think the best thing we can do is drop that plow off, get out of the way here. Yeah, I was trying to see, I was spreading fertilizer there, and I was trying to, yeah, you know, there was no traffic coming, so I was trying to kind of quickly finish that row and back into the field, and I went forward just far enough for the plow to hook on the fence. Well, there's always something, am I right? Yeah. Looking at this, we got, yeah, that's like 99.9% coverage. I mean, there's only, yeah, we got that all fertilized. Excellent. Well, let's return this tractor because, yeah, we paid $4,000 to lease it. Let's get it back before it runs up any more money on us. That's all fertilized. We just needed it for that. And that's the thing, you know, I never bought a narrow tire tractor because, you know, you need it so rarely, only in times when I can't get all the fertilization down before I plant it, but, you know, can't always. So we'll just take a little drive through town here. See the sights of Szpakowo on our way back to the shop. And we need to get the rest of our mowing equipment down to field 154. That's where our contract is. Yeah, well, yeah, go back to the shop because that's where our tractor's at, so that works out. Yeah, I'm glad we left the tractor there. And take this back there and pick our tractor back up. We, let's see. Yeah, let's drop this off. We'll drop the fertilizer spreader off here. I'll just have to remember that it's here. Drop it off right here. I don't think we even got the tractor dirty. I mean, maybe a dusting of dust, but that's really it. Let's go ahead and return this and return. Well, it was a good tractor for all 10 minutes that we had it. All right, let's get some more mowing equipment. Let's grab the mower. Yeah, let's grab the mower so we can get started on mowing. And I'll grab the rest of the equipment later. We'll still have to bring down baler and the bale wrapper and the bale trailer. Yeah, that's the thing with baling contracts is so much of the work is spent running equipment back and forth. I haven't really found a way to make that faster. Each piece kind of takes its own trip. All right, our mower is down here by the, we dropped off the tipper. Our mower is down here by the silo. I guess I never really noticed how many trips we make to and from this silo. I mean, a good deal of our equipment is parked down here. There's lots of reasons to come back and forth. But I never really noticed how much I came here until I had to be really careful to avoid the corn. And again, I like where the corn's planted. It's going to look cool. But yeah, when you have to be careful and tiptoe around this corn, you notice exactly how many trips you're making down here. Now, the mower, I'm trying to remember which side I parked it on. And I hope I parked it down here. Wouldn't it be funny if it was actually down at the farm? Nah, it's right here. It's on the other side. Alright, so let's get this down to field 154. It's a bit of a fur piece. I'll catch up with you guys when we get a little closer. You know, seeing as we found that collectible earlier in that guy's hand, I mean, again, they're pretty sneaky around here, and that one escaped my sight. Well, you see, previously in searching for them, I've kind of avoided the NPCs here because here on Szpakowo, a lot of the NPCs have voice tracks, and when you get close to them, they talk, and it always scares the crap out of me. So I kind of noticed I've been avoiding walking too close to them. Like these guys here will say something. Yeah, it scares. Yeah, it scares me every time. So I've avoided them, not thinking that they might be holding on to collectibles. Sorry for that. Yeah, they're kind of. Yeah, it just occurred to me we should check more by these people. I found like 80 some of those things, but the fact that there's still like 12 or 13 of them that I haven't found is insane because I've looked everywhere. Anyway, all right, this is the field here. Yep, this is the field here. All right, well, there's still like 2 or 3 more trips, but we've got the essentials down here to start, being the mower and the windrower. I want to use the Fent because it's our new shiny toy, and, well, this tractor is, as you can see down there, it's it could use some repairs again. My gosh, we've serviced this tractor so many times. It's in need of service again and in need of fuel. So let's park it. Let's park it over here by the road. I think there's a spot for it. As long as it's not too close to the road that it stops traffic. Yeah. Here, I'm going to park it over here. We're kind of running out of room here. And we got more stuff to bring down, you know, what with the baler and the bale trailer. Just park the stuff in this grass field here. Oh, yeah, see, they're stopping for the mower, apparently. Apparently I parked the mower too close. Well, let's get to work with it. Get it out of their way. Sorry, traffic. All right. So let's see what how big is this field? 6.6 hectares. Yeah, let's see how big that is. Well, that's what, 15 acres? 16, 17, something like that, between 15 and 17 acres. Yeah, it didn't look that big from here, but you know how it goes. It never looks that big until you're way out in it. Let's see what we got here. This has got to all be turned into silage. This is all going to be silage. I bet it goes, well, yeah, I'm sure. I bet it goes all the way back to those trees back there. But I like that it's just really, really long. And you know what? I say we do the efficient thing and start cutting some straight lines through it. Long straight runs. That way we're not getting fatigued on the steering wheel the entire way. You know, lock the tractor in one direction. That's what I usually try to do. Usually try to find a nice straight path to work. Let's see how far back this goes. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, I figure, you know, crest a hill and it just keeps going and then crest another hill. Oh man, yeah, this field makes our mower look kind of small. I mean, it's a decent sized mower. Like, I looked at getting one of the larger self-propelled mowers, you know, and they got bigger headers on them, but you're talking $50,000 to $100,000 for the machine, maybe $20,000 for the cutting bar, and they're not much wider than this. This mower has got a good work width. I'm just saying, this field kind of makes it look a little small, especially this back end back here. And I'm going to check down by that. There's that telephone pole down there. Yeah, there's one thing. I haven't checked down here for collectibles. I don't think so. So I want to check some of this stuff out here. I'm going to check down by this pole. It's probably just a flower. It's probably nothing. You know, I was going to drive down there because I thought I saw something. But, I mean, we're pulling a mower with this. It'd be silly to go down there and not mow down there. So definitely have a look on the side of the road here. I have found some of the collectibles on this map are disguised as discarded lottery tickets, and I have seen those on the side of the road. This is just not a place that I've been. I have not searched this. With all the places I've searched, never back here. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled. Because the thing is, we found so many collectibles that a lot of the ones left are likely the last ones in their set. So yeah. Figure we'll get down here while we're down here. Yeah, I'm just kind of having a look around. It never occurred to me to come back here. I'm going to check over by this pole. It's probably just a bunch of white flowers that I saw, but yeah, it's just a tuft of white, light-colored grass. But hey, you never know. Well, let's keep moving and keep our eyes peeled. Figure we'll get the perimeter of the field first. And now, one thing, I've said this before in previous episodes, but if you hadn't seen those, there's a... Whoops. There is a trick to mowing, and that is to start your mower. Yeah, never forget to turn on your mower. No, but really, there's a trick to baling contracts. I learned doing this. When you're doing contracts, you can always keep track of your progress so you know how much you've done, right? Well, with baling contracts, how do you know until you get done that it's all done? And, you know, like, for instance, here we are mowing grass and then windrowing it and then baling it and then wrapping it and then taking it down, right? So say you get done with all those steps and then it's still not complete. How do you know which of those steps you need to do more on? Because there's, you know, yeah, all the steps involved with baling. Well, there's a trick to that. Once it gets to 20%, it means all the mowing that needs to be done is done. So what I'm saying is that's what we're looking for. We're looking for 20% completion, and then we'll know that we have everything mowed we need to mow. Once it says 20%, that's it. And then the rest of it, it won't finish the rest of it until you start taking it to the delivery point. Yeah, the progress bar will not go past 20 until you start delivering it. So there's a little pro tip. If you get done and you're not sure what's left, well, don't wait that long. Wait until it says 20. You know what I mean? Don't stop mowing until it says 20% and then move on with the contract. So let's just kind of get this met up down here, and then we'll pick up with another row out to the northwest, or west, I should say. I was running it west. And this, this is going to take a while. But, you know, the one advantage we do have is because the field is so long, you know, I always figure long, narrow fields means less runs up and down. Just longer runs, yeah, but less turning around, you know. So I think technically they are faster. A, they feel like they're faster because you're just making long, straight runs. And B, I think technically they are faster because less turning around. While we're back here, I want to get some of this part of the field perimeter here. Around this and down this side here. We don't want to mow any of the canola. Some of these fields in Szpakowo are so close together. I mean, these aren't too close. I've seen fields closer than this. I've seen fields so close that it gets a little hairy when you're running a big tool with blades on it. You don't want to cut into the other crop. Oh, and this contract, the main reason I took it, it wasn't just because it's the biggest baling contract I've ever seen, and I wanted to do it, yeah, just so I could say I've done one that was 6.5 hectares. Again, you know, 6.5 hectares, it's not a huge field, but for grass, I mean, most maps don't have a grass field that big on them. It's pretty big. It wasn't just because of that. I mentioned previously that the baling contracts on this map, not only do they make up like 90% of the contracts, they pay incredibly well. The other contracts, when they do appear, don't usually pay much. These pay well. And this one here, that's the reason I took it, is the pay for this is, well, you know, I want to check on that. I was going to say 35,000, but I don't want to speak out of turn. No, it's 30,000. Yeah, I didn't want to say 35 and psych myself out. No, it's 30, but hey, yeah, so it's 30,000. We're using our own equipment too, of course, obviously. So, well, 29, right? So we'll just say 30. So it's 30,000. That's a good day's pay for mowing grass, right? Am I right, or am I right, or am I right? That's a good day's pay for, well, mowing, baling, you know, everything that goes along with it. Yeah, and it also kind of is a day's work. It's a long job. If you may notice, I've turned the time scale down from ×3 to ×1 down to real time because this is going to take a good portion of the day. Even when these fields don't look that big, you got to remember all the steps that go into baling contracts, you know, all the steps, all the equipment it takes. I think we've pretty much got this portion down here. Well, pretty much as in we've got this portion down here. And we've got the meaty area of the field down here now. All this back here, and then, yeah, way back there where it opens up. Whoops, my tractor turned on me. Are we good now? Yeah, I think we're good. And I missed that little bit down there. You know, it's going to bug me if I don't get it, so I guess I'm going to jog over there and get that. Well, I didn't miss it. It's just that, yeah, we went to get the edge of the field, and that was just barely out of reach. So let's get this. I don't like to leave my jobs half done. Well, we got another road there done. Why don't we go on a little, take the scenic route back around the other way, mix things up. Take the scenic route around here again. Keep my eyes open in the forest for anything hiding out there that we might want to pick up. Well, I went for a walk out there in the woods. Just to sate my curiosity, I didn't see anything. Some of these woods out here in Szpakowo have trash bags full of leaves out in the woods. And there's only a couple left, I think. Well, I didn't see any out there, but it was worth checking since I haven't been down here yet. Turn that off. Alright. Alright, get back to mowing. Took a little dip in the pond there. Cooled off. You know, a contract like this, yeah, I've done this before. You know, this field being so big, if I had 2 mowers, I mean, I've done this before. I have 2 mowers. We got 2 tractors out here. Hire a worker, you know, subcontract a contract. I've done it before, you know, ones that are this big. If I had a second mower, I might consider it. I mean, it's big enough, you know, it'd still be profitable. But I haven't used workers for anything the entire time here on the map, and I don't see any reason to start now. Just when I see how big this is, I couldn't help but think, man, if I had a second mower, I might just consider hiring someone to help us. It cuts into your profits a little bit, but it's not noticeable. You still make money, but nah, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. But yeah, I wonder how many bales this is going to make. My best, you know, estimation, it could make as many as, well, it could make, I bet it, yeah, it'll make over 60 bales. I've done a lot of baling contracts here in Szpakowo, enough to know that it's pretty fair bet to say you'll get about 10 bales per hectare of silage, you know, well, of grass, and then, you know, wrap them for silage. It's pretty fair to say you'll get 10 per hectare, so yeah, we're looking at over 60 bales for this. That's kind of where some of the real time sink comes into in some of these. You know, not just the number of steps, but how long it takes. You think about that, 60 bales. How long do you have to wait for the baler to bale each one? And then you have to drop the bale. How long it takes for the bale wrapper to wrap each one, the bale loader to pick each one up. All those little tiny, you know, just a few seconds a piece, but those little tiny, yeah, it adds up. All right, I think that's all of the, well, there's a couple tufts of grass down there, but that's basically the front peninsula, I guess you could call it, of this field. Yeah, oh wow, we're making good progress. Just this back part down here, it says we're half done with the mowing. It says 10%, so that means 10 more percent and we're done with the mowing bit. But anyway, I'm going to get this finished, and that's really what we have to do this month. You know, we got our fertilizing done and a couple other things, and I wanted to take a mowing contract because these always pay so well. You know, this will be another $30,000 in the pocket. That is great. Guys, thanks so much for following along for another episode here in Szpakowo. I'll see you guys next time. We'll be in July, going through the summer. We'll see what there is to do here in Szpakowo in July. There's always something. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget, you can check out a link to the playlist down below or in the comments. So I'll have links for that. And I appreciate your subscription as well as your view. And any input you have, feel free to leave down in the comments below. Guys, thanks a lot so much. I'll catch you all next time.